The next question, and it is as follows. You have spoken extensively about one Arlington and one community. The question that we received was, how does that message incorporate the many disparate and diverse elements of the community? For example, the divide between North and South, the fact that we spend 50% of our budget on pupils, yet 15% of people in Arlington have children in the school system, the fact that there are people, for example, that work in Arlington but can't afford to live in Arlington. So the question is, what specifically does one Arlington, one community mean when you say that?
I think it's a great question, and I really appreciate whoever asked it. I want to tell you that when we started this campaign, we had two fundamental tenets to it. One was to make sure that we listened to every single person we had the opportunity to talk to, and two, we had the opportunity to talk about an aspirational Arlington. To talk about one Arlington, one community. And Josh is right, that's exactly what I talk about. And what do I mean by that? Because we know that one of the vibrant things about our community is that we've allowed ourselves to be a lot of things to a lot of different people. You can live in my neighborhood and have a relatively yard and trees. You can live in Clarendon and wear flip-flops and go out every night. You can live in Fairlington and live in a beautiful garden-style apartment, and you can have children and raise your children in the best educational system in the state, if not the country. You can do these things, and yet we can all be fundamentally bound by our shared values. And that is the thing that I'm so proud of, as both as an Arlingtonian and as a Democrat. And then I think if you worry, or if you think that maybe, as some of us have, is that maybe there's been some questions asked in the electorate, then it's not that difficult. You go back to those two fundamental things. You listen, you reflect on your values, and you set priorities. It's true, we cannot be all things to all people. We can do anything that we want, but we cannot do everything that we want. But you don't do that by pitting schools versus non-school families, parks against development, parks against schools. You have an honest conversation about what are the priorities and what you have to do. So I appreciate the question, and I remain as firmly committed today as I did on day one, listening and bringing people together. So thank you.